This contractor, William Lahn, stole $50,000 from me when I hired him to pour concrete for my personal home. He avoided me from contacting him, he blocked me, he dodged me, so I set up a sting operation to confront him. And this is what happened.
Bill, where you going, buddy? Don't you want to talk to me right now? I suggest you talk to me right now.
But first, let's rewind a little bit. Me and my family have been living in Las Vegas for the last 15 years. We decided during COVID that we were gonna build a house in beautiful Kansas City. In the process of constructing our own home, which I did as an owner builder, my first ever owner builder without any additional partnerships in it. This partner this time was my wife. Well, obviously moving across the country to a place where I don't know any vendors, I don't know any subcontractors, that's when we ran into the biggest con man of all time. His name is Bill the Concrete Con Man, or William Lahn. Everything starts beautifully. We hire the gentleman to finish out the flat work, does a great job. One telltale sign is he tells me, they didn't put enough gravel, they were trying to rip you off. That's a common theme in contractors that are trying to rip you off. They point the finger at somebody else. They say, hey, the guy that you were using, look at this, they didn't put enough gravel, they were trying to shortchange you on the concrete, bingo, bango, I'm gonna help you out. But then things get a little bit tricky. So when the person poured the flat work on the driveway and the flat work for the basketball court, I noticed during the first rain that we had some dip spots where there wasn't enough fall. They said they would take care of it on the next job. Now we have what is called the big driveway pour. He rushed the pour. He subbed out with a bunch of buddies who did it, and then they rushed the pour. They poured over 300 of concrete in one day. One thing that he did, this drives me freaking crazy. We asked him to just cut joints in the freaking property. Just cut the joints. He never cut the joints. Joints are what concrete needs to expand, right? We all know it cracks. He never cut joints. A lot of times they'll do it after that way. The better product is done when it's wet. When you're rushing a job like he did, he should have cut the joints. They're called dry cuts. I bugged him so many times to cut these joints. He never showed up. He kept dodging my call. Finally, the weekend that we're out of town, I come back, we're driving down the driveway, and there's diamond cuts that aren't measured out, that are just randomly cut. So I had to fill those freaking in. He left a pile of concrete and rebar all over my yard. I had to get that hauled out. That cost me money. When I went to go plant my freaking flower bed, the guy buried so much freaking concrete everywhere. I'm still dealing with this freaking nightmare of a human being.
This is the way our property looks several weeks after concrete was poured.
I have to walk out here every day and reminded of your fucking shitty ass work.
You've got this week to make it right. This is not okay. I had made attempt after attempt after attempt to get him to come back and do the damn job right. But this is what we did. We called the guy and we set up a job for him.
We are on our way to go and surprise Bill the Concrete Con Man.
We're going to meet with him, although he thinks he's meeting with Danny.
All right, so we're at the house where we're basically gonna say that we want to replace this driveway right here. There's obviously no driveway, so we're gonna get a bid. This is where I'm gonna be hiding out right here. What do you think his reaction's gonna be?
You know him better than I do.
What'd I tell you to look for when you first see him?
Side piece.
Now, we'll tell you that my wife said, you're a businessman. This is not what businessmen do. I agree. But I don't want somebody else to get ripped off, is the main thing. And so if I can get footage of this guy coming to bid a concrete job, that's evidence of he's still being in business. I'm gonna turn that over to the Attorney General's office, and I'm gonna expose him all over the internet. He's ripped off people that it's been their last dollar, and he's got no problem with it, so.
Okay, he's rolling down the road right now. I see him.
So we set up the sting operation, and this is how the confrontation went.
Hey, Bill. Bill, where you going, buddy? Don't you want to talk to me right now?
Well, I warned you about harassing me.
I suggest you talk to me right now. Listen.
There's no reason to talk to you.
Listen, here's the deal. Bill,
Go ahead.
you see these papers right here? You've been shut down by the Attorney General. Where you going, buddy? Where you going? I'm gonna listen, dude. Go ahead. What are you gonna sue me for? Being licensed without a contract?
Harassment?
What are you gonna sue me for? How many times you been shut down by the state? What's that? Never. Oh, what's this say right here, Bill? What's this say right here?
I warned you about contacting me.
Listen, I'm warning you. You think I'm done with you? You think you can steal people's money and they're gonna be done with you?
Stole from you.
Bullshit.
You screwed him out of 30 grand.
Bullshit.
Shit.
Bullshit. Okay.
No, no,
Bill.
You threw every other contractor up and screwed them out of money
Bill.
too.
Bill.
Don't think we don't know.
Oh yeah. Don't think we don't know. Hey, Bill. This is your stuff. Attorney General. Attorney General. Attorney General.
What you do, asshole?
Attorney General, butthead.
Up here is what happened.
What's that?
Up off because you don't know.
What happened?
What?
What happened?
You won't know my lawyer.
Go ahead. What happened? What happened, Bill? Yeah, I bet. We'll see you soon.
We confront him. He has no idea it's coming. The minute he sees my face, he runs like a chicken back to his truck. He tries to slam the door at me. He gets all mad. He blames me. He says, "You're harassing me. You are ripping people off." That's called projection. Could this guy have made me happy? Absolutely. If he had gone back and fixed what he needed to fix, I would have been okay. I'm gonna tell you exactly how much I paid this person. We paid David Chiomito. This is gonna be called the co-conspirator, and William Lahn from Jersey Boys Contract, $74,697. Let me break down how this whole con game has worked. In Kansas City, there's a group called Bridge Real Estate Investment Group, and that's where people exchange numbers for contractors, they exchange numbers for deals. These guys are basically recommending the other guys, right? So you've got David Chiomito recommending Jersey Boys Concrete, but that goes to Bill Lahn, who's his partner in crime. And here's the other thing. This is not their first time. All I had to do was Google this freaking guy's name, William Lahn, and I would have found out that since 2014, this person has been ripping off every single person that they have met. I was just one of his victims. Like, if this had happened to somebody else and they can't recover from it, it would be devastating. I want to see this individual go to jail for a long, long time. There's no reason that this guy should be still driving around and subbing out business. And the state of Missouri in 2016 sued this gentleman, but he's still operating. He's still in Kansas City.
This guy, Jim Ward, constantly refers these guys work hand in hand. Jim Ward refers David Chiomito. David Chiomito is Bill Lahn, the concrete con man. So if we click on David Chiomito's page, so he hasn't posted anything, but if you look at his recent activity, he commented on Sean Sparks' post, Jersey Boys Concrete, Aaron Taylor Floyd's Jersey Boys Concrete, Jersey Boys Foundation and Concrete. You can see that he's funneling this business to them. We're going to go back to Jim Ward, who's the other guy who's funneling business for Jersey Boys Concrete. I don't know this person. He says Jersey Boys Concrete, David Chiomito, Jersey Boys Concrete, Jersey Boys Concrete. Now let's just double check that number to the number that I have for William Lahn. Same number.
And here's the other thing. I sent every single person on his fictitious Facebook, which has a picture of him looking about 30 years younger. I sent the articles with the Attorney General, the articles with the news reporting to all of his friends. And then he blocked me. But they all got it. So that's why he says I'm harassing him, because I'm telling all his friends what he did. So the best thing that you could do, share this video with a freaking friend. Get this guy's name out to anybody in Kansas City, anybody in New Jersey. William Lahn, the concrete con man. He's a liar. He's a thief. He's a con man. You don't want anything to do with this guy. And he's still operating. And I welcome any sort of lawsuit that William Lahn is going to bring my way. I will depose him. I will seek criminal charges against him. We will call the Attorney General. What should we do next? What would you do if somebody ripped you off? I still have a lot of fixing to do. He also showed my wife these beautiful pictures of this brick stenciling. All he did was pour a bunch of freaking tar on my driveway, which I had to cut out, redo. I'm still dealing with this damn problem. I'm never gonna get a nickel out of this guy. Bill Lahn, we're not done with you. William Lahn, the concrete con man from South Carolina or New Jersey or Kansas City, Missouri, or wherever the hell you're from, we're coming for you. We ain't done with you. We'll talk to you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.